You may have heard of the 7 habits of highly effective people. Few people actually understand what the habits mean. Even fewer apply them. This isn't a motivational video. I'm not going to tell you to wake up at 4 a.m. and start journaling. These habits aren't flashy. They don't promise fast results. They work because they're uncomfortable. They're boring. They require personal responsibility. Let's strip away the hype and talk about the facts. This does not mean be energetic or be positive. It means this: you, only you, are responsible for how you respond to situations. Highly effective people don't blame circumstances. They don't blame other people. They don't blame their past for how they act today. Understand this. You can't control what happens to you. You control how you react to what happens to you. Most people live reactively. Mood is dictated by the traffic on the morning commute to work. Effort given largely depends on the motivation that is had in that particular moment. Discipline depends on how you feel. Proactive people operate on their values instead of their emotions. Stop outsourcing your behavior to your environment. This isn't about vision boards. It's about having clarity. What kind of person are you trying to be? What do you want your life to stand for? What does success actually mean to you? Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're aimless. If you don't decide your destination, you end up saying yes to the wrong things. You chase goals that don't matter. You waste years being busy but not effective. This habit is simple, but it's hard. Decide who you want to become, then measure everything against that. Habit 1 is about responsibility. Habit 2 is about direction. Habit 3 is about discipline. This one is about execution. Focus on what's important over what's urgent. Focus on the long term over the short term. Focus on making progress over what makes you comfortable. Most people spend their time reacting to notifications on their phones, handling small fires, usually for others, avoiding uncomfortable work with distraction. Effectiveness isn't just about time management, it's about priority management. Do what matters even when it's inconvenient to do so. Say no without guilt. Protect your time for things that don't scream for your attention but change your life. This habit constantly gets misunderstood. Win-win does not mean being nice. It does not mean avoiding conflict. It means I don't need to lose for you to win. Reject scarcity thinking. Don't operate from insecurity or competition. Focus on mutual benefit for both parties. Establish long-term trust. Work to build sustainable relationships. Most broken relationships, business or personal, come from thinking every interaction is a zero-sum game. Someone has to lose in order for me to win. Keeping score or tallying up what is owed to you versus what you owe, or trying to get the upper hand in every deal. Nobody will want to have any dealings with you if you constantly make out better than them. Win-win requires confidence, not weakness. This is about listening, real listening. Most people don't listen to understand, they listen to respond. Ask for clarification before you argue. Clarify before you correct. Understand emotions before facts. Do not make assumptions. This habit alone can fix marriages, friendships, leadership problems, workplace conflicts. If you don't understand where someone's coming from, you don't actually know what problem you're solving. The whole can be greater than the sum of its parts. To be highly effective, you don't need clones. You need to value differences in others. Instead of asking who agrees with me, ask who sees what I don't. This habit requires humility. It means admitting you're not always right. You don't see the full picture. Collaboration beats control every time. Most teams fail not because of lack of talent, but because of the person's ego at the top. This is maintenance. Understand one truth. You are the asset. Invest in your physical health, your mental clarity, your emotional stability, your personal growth. Most people run themselves into the ground and call it dedication. Sharpening the saw isn't indulgent, it's necessary. Burned out people don't perform better, they just quit later. The truth about the 7 habits? Here's the uncomfortable part. These habits don't work quickly. They don't give dopamine hits. They require consistency when no one is watching. They aren't tactics, they're principles. And principles work whether you believe in them or not. If your life feels chaotic, reactive, or stuck, it's usually not a motivation problem. It's a habit problem. There's no hype in this message. There's no shortcuts to be learned here. No magic pill that promises overnight transformation. Just straight talk, responsibility, clarity, discipline, and maintenance. That's the real formula. If this helped you stay grounded, there's more reality coming. Welcome to reality.